William here, Patriot Containers. If you're new to my channel, I expose bad cargo container companies. I own a cargo container company, but I started my business to do the right thing for people. And I'm sick and tired of what this cargo container company industry has turned into and how bad it's getting. In this video, I've already reviewed this complaint. This complaint is from a specific company. They've been around for 16 years, and a customer before Christmas was promised the delivery between 7 and 14 days. I've already made a video about this complaint. They gave him 4 different lies of why they didn't show up. And to be honest, if I had to bet $1,000 why they didn't show up, it's not because of what any of the lies that they told him. It's because they just don't know how to deliver in a timely fashion that a customer was told. The reason I'm making this video again, I guess, is I was just researching some of the typical companies that I research, and this person has edited their complaint because the company responded to his complaint, and they always have a response that's not exactly accurate because it's probably not the truth. And customers, when they file a complaint, the business can respond. Well, this guy doesn't like the response that the company has left him, so he edited his response, and it's all in capital letters. So it says, well, your sales team should not promise 7 to 14 day window to deliver. Everyone knows it's a holiday season. Unless you all don't have a calendar, they need more training. I run a business as well, and we show up as promised. The sales rep never returned my calls or messages, and I would have ordered from a different company if I knew it was going to take over a month for delivery. That's it. All of it's in capital letters. He's pissed. So the problem with this complaint is these sales reps are allowed to tell you guys false information to make a sale. Companies like this, though, they have a cancellation fee. So they can lie to you in the beginning, promise a false delivery date or a false estimated time, and they don't have to show up. And if you cancel, you're still going to pay basically probably their profit of what they were making the container. There is no incentive for these types of companies to deliver when promised. The problem that you guys as customers are missing, and I'm going to tell you the 2 different differences. Salespeople do not do the scheduling. They don't know when your container is going to arrive. But they have to tell you something. I don't think you guys notice that when you're ordering something, these sales reps can tell you, well, we typically deliver in 7 to 14 days. Well, companies like this take some to deliver, but they told you that to take your money. If you cancel, you're going to get a cancellation fee. Some of these companies can't really run a legitimate business because the sales reps aren't doing the work. The sales rep their job is to close you and to make a sale and then process the paperwork. After that, the salesperson is off the hook and completely focused on something else, which is bringing in more sales, more commissions, more profit. That's exactly, I used to work for companies just like this. The sales rep is not purchasing the container either. So if a sales rep tells you that, oh yeah, we only deliver the best of the best containers and we don't purchase as-is containers like everybody else does, well, that sales rep ain't purchasing your container. Your order is going from that person's desk or computer off to the next stage, which they're off the hook. And a lot of times these companies, they do purchase you as is containers. And the way they can get away with it is by charging you a restocking fee or keeping your delivery money. So it doesn't matter if you like your container. It doesn't matter when it gets there. These companies that are, their business is a trap, no matter what, they're going to get paid and you're going to lose money. Or you're at the mercy of however long it takes for the container to get there and then what condition it's really in. Yeah, so this guy's pissed. The company responded and he is not having it. He's like, you promised me a delivery date. It still isn't here and it's been over a month. And it sounds like he would have, it's not sounds like, he said it. I would have gone with another company if I knew you were going to take over a month. I run a legitimate business and you should have done with what you said you were going to do. And they didn't. The company's response is basically, well, it was the holidays and, this and this and this. And that is true in a way. I guess the difference with how I would have handled this, because I do my own purchasing and I do my own scheduling and I do my own sales and I do my own communication, is I would have talked to this guy. I would have established that what container he wanted to look at. Most companies will never ask you that. They're going to ask you, oh, you want it to have no holes? Well, no shit. You don't want a container with holes. But if you sell cosmetics first, does the customer want a rusty piece of junk with holes? Or no, without holes? Do they want a good quality used one without holes? Do they want a new one without holes? You got to figure out with what the customer wants to look at, because it's going to arrive and they're going to be standing there looking at a container. Now, back to the delivery portion, what I would have done. I would have, if this was my customer, I would have called my driver directly, which these sales reps cannot do that. They're not in the scheduling department. They're not in the purchase. They can't even schedule this up until they actually purchase the container for the customer. So I would have called my driver and said, hey, I got a container. You're going to pick it up here as usual, and it needs to be delivered here. What day can you do it? Holidays, Christmas and New Year's and Christmas Eve, those do affect the calendar. But if it was scheduled correctly, the driver would have told this company what day he can be delivered on. The thing is, though, I've actually lost sales because my drivers cannot deliver fast enough. Like, let's say customer needs it in 3 days. And my driver's like, sorry, I can't get it in 3 days. I'm at 5 or 7. I lose the sale. But guess what? At least I told that customer the truth. I could have taken his order and totally lied to that customer and said, yeah, we'll be there in 3 days, knowing that we're not going to be there. Companies like this, because their business is a trap, they will tell you everything you need to hear to put you into that trap. So I don't know if this guy's still in the trap or he's still waiting for his container. If he did cancel, he got charged a cancellation fee from this company. And the reason I know that is because I know this company very well, and they take months to deliver and they charge cancellation fees. All their complaints say that. Now, maybe he doesn't want to be charged a cancellation fee, and he's still, to this day, waiting for his container that still hasn't arrived. So, telling you guys, it all makes sense when you actually know these companies like I do. All they had to do is call a driver and say, hey, we got a container coming from this location to this location. What day can you do it? Oh, I can do it this day. Hey, customer, is that okay? Yes, that's the truth. And then they need to process the money, and then they need to purchase, hopefully, a good used or a good new container and not a crappy one. And then send the driver an email to pick it up and drop it off. And it's done. That's literally what I do. It's not hard. And these companies just can't do it. I don't get it. There's only 3 things that make a customer happy. You must tell the truth in the very beginning. You must show, if they buy a used one, show up with a good used one. If they buy a new one, make sure it's a new one. And then just show up on the right day. That's all it takes to do this job right. And these companies can't do it. I'm telling you, I've never understood why 90% of cargo container companies can't do those 3 simple things. Why? Well, they don't care. That's why. They lied to you in the beginning, and you're stuck in a trap. And to be honest, I think companies like this, all of them, I think they're so greedy that like they just don't care if you're unhappy. Just another day, just another profit, just another commission. Moving on, you know. It just sucks. Like I consider, how do I say this? Every single one of my customers I put as number one at all times, and I will always tell them the truth. I will always schedule your container correctly. If there's ever a mistake and it's my fault, I will own up to it probably in less than 60 seconds by making a phone call and saying, hey, I made a mistake. This is all my fault. I'm sorry. I understand that you might be mad, but I'm going to fix it. If you want to back out and get a full refund, I'll give that to you. These companies just don't do that. They have every lie in the book to make up an excuse of why they're perfect and it's not their problem. And if you want out, we're going to charge you money. If we deliver you a crappy container and you don't want it, you're going to lose a lot more money. If you think you have a money back guarantee or a full refund after 60 or 90 days, we're going to keep all your money and come pick up the container. So anyways, guys, I just don't. I've been doing this for 13 years. I've owned Patriot containers for 11. I don't know why companies can't figure this out. It's so easy. In fact, I'm going to tell you the truth. I think this is so easy if you do it the right way, but their wrong way is so hard. I mean, imagine if you take like 50 sales and every one of them you have pissed off customers and all it is ring, 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 emails, just problems. And you got employees running around going, I got this problem. Well, how about avoid all problems and just do the job right? And then it's smooth sailing. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I think they're just so stuck in their rut that they don't care. They're going to get paid anyways. Sorry, guys. So, anyways, guys, that's it.